Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Welcome back.
We're back to do a review for Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. If you are returning to our channel, thanks for coming back and check out another one of our videos. If you're new to the channel, hit that like and hit that subscribe so you don't miss any future content. With that being said, I think we're just going to jump right into it. I'm just going to say, first of all, I want to say I think it was good. I wouldn't think it was great. I think it was more hyped up than it turned out to be. I think it was, it was a little disappointing. That I was expecting it to be better than what it was. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying it was just okay.
Yeah.
It was good, but I wouldn't say it was great.
Yeah, no, I would say the same thing. I felt like for example, like Namor, for example, like I honestly thought they would portray him more like sinister, but he was more, I don't know how you describe it. Like it seemed like he was trying to be good, but he was being bad at the same time.
Yeah.
Like,
I hate to interrupt you. So this is gonna be a spoiler review. So if you don't want to know anything about the movie, just stop watching. If you don't care about spoilers, you can continue watching. All right, go ahead.
all right. So,
Sorry.
so as I was saying about Namor, so obviously he's the villain in the movie. Obviously, this guy, wants to take over. Well, doesn't want to take over Wakanda. He wants to take it down and take over the surface world. But I'm a little bit disappointed with his character. Number one, his outfit. I'm sorry, like I just didn't like it. Like the earrings, the thing on his neck, I didn't really like it. Like I kind of wish Marvel went with the comic accurate look instead of that. But I think I understand they're trying to do it for. I think the actor who plays him, hopefully I'm not wrong, but I think he's Hispanic or something. I could be wrong.
Yeah, he looks Hispanic.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I think they did it for representation purposes, but I just didn't really like the costume of it. Like I didn't like it, but I will say I was impressed with his powers, like his superhuman powers, especially the things on his ankles, those wings.
Yeah, maybe.
Those were pretty cool, but I'm a little bit disappointed in him. I mean, don't get me wrong. The backstory was done correctly. It's just him. Like I was hoping they portray him more as like an evil character, because obviously in the comics, like, yeah, he's a hero sometimes, he's a bad guy sometimes, but I didn't feel like he was a bad guy. Like, it didn't seem that way. It felt like...
I think he was like doing it for a reason, and wouldn't necessarily because he was evil. I don't know much about the comic character of this. I don't really
all right, so to give a quick backstory. So for anyone who reads the Marvel comics, I'm sure everyone knows. So Namor basically was one of the founders of the Illuminati, along with Tony Stark, Professor X. In the comics, he teams up with the X-Men, the Avengers, those groups. And then in a couple of comic books later, he takes over, he destroys Wakanda, but the Avengers come in, the Avengers beat him, and then they send him back to Atlantis. So that's basically it about him, not much. But he said in the movie his parents were a part of the Mayans or something, or ancient Mayans back in the 1500s.
And they did this because they were trying to find a way to survive, because they would have starved to death or whatever. So they found this plant that could help them breathe underwater so they could leave the land.
But see, that's the thing that doesn't add up. Like, so why? Like, how does he want to be like evil? Like, because to me it seemed like he was like a good person, then like he goes from good to bad. It's like,
he has like this reasoning for wanting to take over the world, but it's crazy though. But it
sounds odd. Yeah, like it's not an odd reasoning. Like,
I think he was like taking it too far, so it looked like he was a bad guy when he really, but he was doing it to protect his people. So he wasn't doing it just to be crazy, take over the world just because he wanted power. He was kept saying he wanted to protect his people, and their home or whatever.
But I don't know. It doesn't add up right, because at the same time he thinks like his world is being targeted by somebody in which nobody's going after them. It's just him causing a war for no reason. And I don't know. I felt like the whole backstory of him, it doesn't add up. But if it's from the comics, then I don't really get it either. But I mean, it's just, I didn't really like him as a character. Like I felt like he wasn't portrayed right. Like But like I said, if that's how he is in the comics, then I guess we're just gonna have to leave it at that.
Right.
But I think another thing too, the film definitely did a good job on is paying tribute to Chadwick Boseman. So obviously Chadwick Boseman passed away. But yeah, last year I think it was last year.
Was it last year? I can't remember if it was last year.
Yeah, last year of colon cancer.
Yeah, I thought
in
it was
real
cool
life.
how they did like the logo, the Marvel Studios logo at the beginning of the movie. There was like you know how they show like the imagery of different movies,
Yeah.
but most all the imagery they show was of his character in the different moments he's been in the Marvel movies, whether it's Endgame or
Captain America: Civil War.
Infinity War.
Yeah.
So there's different clips of him in the logo. I thought that was kind of cool how they did that. I didn't, and they also did another part at the very end of the movie where Shuri's kind of remembering him doing the tribute burn in the outfit or whatever. And I don't know. I didn't think it was. I think they were also trying to get some emotion out of the audience. I didn't feel it. Like I didn't feel particularly emotional about it.
I think
anyway.
It didn't feel like that at the end. I think towards the very beginning, it kind of hit some people because obviously, the first movie, right when it comes on, she's making the cure to stop in the movie they said he died of a unknown illness, and so she's supposedly making a cure, but by the time she's done, he already passed. And I think that kind of hit some people, obviously, because
maybe
it's sad. I mean, he was so young too.
See, I didn't feel it. Like I didn't feel any real emotion throughout the movie. I just overall I thought this. I didn't think this was one of Marvel's better movies. I just thought it was okay. Like I wouldn't pay to see this again.
No, I wouldn't either. But I think they overall did a good job. Paying tribute to Chadwick.
Yeah, they did do a good job doing that. I just thought overall.
And I think, like they did like a funeral scene in it and all that stuff. And I think it's just a good way, to pass on the torch of Black Panther to Shuri.
They had to do something. So I understood why they did it. I just didn't, I don't know, I didn't get a whole lot out of it. Like I didn't really get much of a reaction to it. I just thought overall the movie was good. I mean, Shuri did, a decent job playing Black Panther for what small time she did, and how she saw what's his name when she went into the when she first drank the serum to make her Black Panther.
Killmonger, who was played by Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, but I thought it was cool that he came back for the cameo for that. So I was surprised that that's who she saw.
I thought they were gonna do like a CGI of Chadwick.
That's what I thought too.
That's what I was thinking, but I was like, oh, he's even like people who were in the theater with us, like I could hear the gas, like, oh, how's he back? Like,
yeah, so I thought that was cool that he came back for a cameo. I thought a lot of the scenery shots were really well done. Some of the parts I thought were kind of long and drawn out, and kind of made the movie drag a little bit.
I think it was cool though that they filmed a lot. Well, not a lot, but a couple scenes right in Massachusetts, right in Cambridge.
Yeah, the ones, yeah.
I think that was pretty cool. Like, just because they never, Marvel usually never films.
Yeah, what is the character's name? The one who built the outfit like Iron Man. I don't know.
Riri Williams.
But what is that character supposed to be? I don't remember.
She's supposed to. All right. So another background story time, I guess.
Yeah, because I'm not familiar with that character.
So in the comics, Iron Man or Tony Stark, obviously in the MCU he's dead. So basically Riri Williams in the comics decides to become the next Iron Man, but she becomes Iron Heart instead, because she uses the arc reactor that Tony used, but she shapes it into a heart, I guess. But basically in the comics, so remember Captain America? Was it Captain America: Civil War? Remember Tony Stark announced an internship or whatever.
Yeah.
So that internship is at MIT, which is right in Cambridge.
Which is where she comes in.
Right. So she, in the comics, she was an intern for Tony Stark's program, I guess, to learn how to build things like he did. And I guess that's where she comes in. And she's supposed to be getting her own Disney Plus series.
Yeah, I heard that.
I think next year.
I just didn't know anything about the character.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, I was surprised the way they brought her into it, because, like, about the vibranium, because she built a thing where it detects vibranium in the ocean or any hard place to
Yeah,
find.
it was supposed to be like a school project. It wasn't meant to actually do that.
But the government, but basically the United Nations and the U.S. government got involved, and at first they accused Wakanda of building it, but they're like, we had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
But then I think Namor or someone found out it was her that built it because they noticed it somewhere. But yeah, I think. But although I will say, the Iron Man, not Iron Man, the Iron Heart armor, it looked weird. So don't get me wrong.
It reminded me of like there was it had nothing to do with this, but I forget the name of the characters. I'm not a big fan of it, but the Godzilla from like the 70s. I forget the name of the character. It reminded me of that for some reason.
Nah, it reminded me of the movie Big Hero 6.
Or that too. But I was thinking,
no, not just that. I would say Transformers.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe
I was just like, cause they show it, and I'm like, this looks nothing like Iron Man. I'm sorry, but it does.
They probably want to copy the character because then people.
Yeah, but in the she's supposed to look like him.
I think that people would be upset that they're trying to keep Iron Man going, but have a woman take the mantle. But
it looks weird. Like it looks like I'm watching Big Hero 6 instead of.
It was a little. The outfit was a little weird. It still was alright. I mean,
but it's not the official armor because she had to return it to Wakanda, so they have it now. So she has to go build a new one.
Yeah. So
that's not the final prototype, but yeah, I think her character's cool. I mean, there's still a lot to learn, and I think another surprising cameo. I was actually surprised by this too. Was Julia
Louis-Dreyfus.
Thank you. Or Val. She appears in the film with Martin Freeman's character, Everett Ross.
She's supposed to be part of Secret Wars, right?
No,
she's supposed to be part
Thunderbolts. The
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts.
I was trying to remember what that is.
So, but I didn't really understand what this had to do with her because obviously she was in the Falcon and Winter Soldier series and then Black Widow.
Honestly, they brought her in. It's going to be something to do with something in the future because where Martin Freeman's character gets away. And she's the one who had him arrested.
I don't know what for, though.
Some other future, either show or a movie, she's going to return. Maybe, I don't know, something to do with this whole thing, but it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, she's supposed to be in the next Captain America, along with the other guy, Harrison Ford.
Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see on that. Overall, I thought the different characters were cool. Killmonger, Shuri, they both did a good job.
I like the woman who plays the queen in it, the Queen of Wakanda, but obviously she dies in it because Namor basically assassinates her. Queen Rama.
I think that's her name.
Ramada.
Yeah, so I think she did a good job. She did a good job being very emotional about
T'Challa.
Black Panther being killed. One thing I didn't like is the mid-credit scene.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't like. So
it's
T'Challa's son.
Her sister-in-law's son, who's T'Challa's
father.
No, that was his wife, right?
Yeah.
So then
T'Challa was married to her, and T'Challa had him.
Named the kid after him.
But see, okay, this is another thing that doesn't add up either. In real life, before Chadwick Boseman passed away, because this kid has never been in a Marvel film. He was not in the first Black Panther. But he just randomly shows up. So my question is, before T'Challa passed away, was he aware that his wife was pregnant with the child?
I'm sure he knew.
But it's just
they mentioned about how he had something to do with the funeral. I can't remember exactly what.
No, she said that in the scene that she didn't want the boy to feel pressured to take the throne of Wakanda. So she raised the boy in secret over in Haiti, so no one could find out.
I think he probably knew, but I don't know. That was another way of trying to pull for emotion from the audience. I think that I don't know. That was just my feeling. And I didn't feel anything. For us, that's cool. They named the kid after him, but whatever. I don't really. It really doesn't have a whole lot of bearing on the movie. I was hoping for a better mid-credit scene, but it is what it is.
I feel like another thing I was disappointed too was that is that Doctor Doom didn't show up, because there were rumors all summer long.
There's usually a lot of rumors of stuff showing up and happening in various movies.
And then supposedly, I guess he was in the final cut, but then they cut him out and they replaced it with that.
I don't know.
Because in the comics, Doctor Doom was the one that causes the war between Atlantis and Wakanda, and he wasn't in it.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's a lot. They can see what happens in the future. What he, if and when he eventually shows.
I don't know. I wonder if Namor's going to come back, because he said he's not done with Wakanda yet.
Yeah,
despite
he's saying
surrendering.
that they're going to now need them as an alliance, even though they don't know that they're going to need him for an alliance. I don't know. It seemed kind of confusing. I don't know.
But yeah, he goes in there and just kills everybody.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of it didn't make any sense, but
I feel like it was all over the place.
Yeah, sometimes
And it's like one story's here, then they jump to here. It's
Yeah,
just like, huh? Like,
like there was. I don't know. I just thought it was okay.
I thought, yeah, it was okay, but I thought it would be better than what I thought. But it was good.
Yeah. I wouldn't, if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. It was okay. If I had to give this a grade, probably like a C minus as far as Marvel movie goes, it was just okay. I was expecting it to be better than it was, and it wasn't. So, it's supposed to try to make people feel emotional because obviously Chadwick Boseman dies in real life, so that's terrible. But I can understand why they were doing that. I just didn't. Me personally, I didn't really feel it.
I think the hard part, I'm sure, even when they were writing and producing this movie, is because obviously since he died in real life, they probably had to figure out, because I'm sure the whole story before he died probably got all messed up, and they're probably like, oh great, how are we going to address this now that he died? And I think that might be another reason why it was all right, because that could be because they had to figure out how to somehow tell people T'Challa died without...
Right.
That's just what I think, though.
Anyway, so I think I'm going to wrap this one up. I think we've gone on long enough.
We have.
So that's going to do it. As always, we appreciate you guys tuning in to check out our videos, so hit that like and subscribe.
Until next time.
There you go.